You must have noticed that everything in the last year has gotten more expensive. Gas, food, and magic cards, the three essentials to life. What is going on? And is the reason that magic cards have gotten more expensive the same reason that gas and food has gotten more expensive? The darn inflation. Well, maybe, but let's take a look at some of these examples. In case you don't believe me, let me share my screen. And I swear, it's like everything that is desirable in the past year has gotten more expensive. Am I cherry picking? I don't think so. I've picked a wide variety of things. There's some exceptions, but check out Bloomborough in the past year. So 1 year ago, Bloomborough collector booster boxes were selling for $461. Now they're going for $1,000, essentially. And no, not all that gain is like linear, but as we're going to see as a common trend amongst all these items is that they have just spiked over the past year. And so Bloomborough doubles in the past year. Collector booster boxes. Incredible. Duskmourn collector booster box, also from 2020. What? 4? When did this come out? I guess so. Yeah, 2024. Jeez, we're old. Anyway, so Duskmourn, a year ago, about $200-300 for a box. Now, $600. So once again, double. What's going on? Man, my dog's excited. What else? Foundations, collector booster boxes. $430 a year ago. Now they are $730. And so not quite double, but we're getting up there. Prices have been going up, and not just for sealed product, but for cards too. Take a look at this. Shieldred the Apocalypse Concept Praetor Step and Complete Foil from Phyrexia All Will Be One, the set that had 15 different treatments for all the different kinds of cards. This card spiked. Yes, the spike is really in the past, like, what, three months? But still, in the year, it was 177. I bought this card about a year ago for 160 on eBay, and now sells for 280, 260, something like that. Other cards, Llanowar Elves, the Showcase Fractured Foil from Foundations. It is crazy. By the way, if you don't know, this Llanowar Elves, if you look up Llanowar Elves and you look for the most expensive copy of Llanowar Elves was printed in alpha. It is an old Magic card that's had many printings, many reprintings. What is the most expensive Llanowar Elves? It's this one. It is the one printed in Foundations collector booster boxes that over the past year, like I said, there's confirmed sales around $600. And now this card goes for $1,000, which there's not very many of these. So that is part of it. Are people actually buying it for $1,000? No, I think the most recent confirmed sale is like $850. But anyways, prices going up. Prices are going up. Now, does the price of everything go up? Like, what about this Demonic Tutor Ultimate Masters box topper? Wow, if y'all weren't around in the era of Ultimate Masters, this is quite a story. Wow, check it out. Went from $80 to $89. So, not every card ever has spiked. But I'm just talking about like a lot of desirable cards. Side tangent, Ultimate Masters was the first time they did extended arts. And that was crazy. It was a box topper, and people were going crazy, paying hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of dollars for, Demonic Tutor extended art. And it was kind of controversial, but this was the stuff. We were so excited about this. And then now it's a collector booster box item, and you can get everything in extended art. It's kind of crazy. Other singles. So Force of Will. This is interesting. This is a Force of Will from Amonkhet Invocations. This is the second most expensive Force of Will now. The first most expensive being the new Japanese, chocolatey fudge-coated copy, which is cool. But this copy, there was a confirmed sale, $250 a year ago, and now it's selling for $350. Or, yeah, I guess there's damaged copies that are like $290. So not the biggest raise ever, but prices are going up. Consecrated Sphinx, another invocation. Now this one, over the past year, has actually gotten cheaper. So I'm pointing out that, I just had in my mind a list of cards and also did some research and did everything go up? No, not every single thing has gone up. But a lot of things have gone up, especially sealed. We're back to Tarkir. Tarkir Dragonstorm collector booster boxes that went from $300 a year ago to now $400. Not the greatest gains ever, but those do be gains. That's a third of the price, the $300, a third of that, 100 added on. Pretty good. And Theros Beyond Death. This product, in my opinion, has no redeeming qualities. There is nothing great in this booster box that you can't get elsewhere. I don't think it's nostalgic. I just don't think there's anybody who's like, oh yeah, Theros Beyond Death, that was my jam. Like, I don't know. But I guess I'm wrong, because in the past year, the price has spiked up from 220 up to 300. And like I said, not the biggest gain in the world. This one's pretty linear compared to other of the price increases. But alas, the price has gone up. Back to other desirable collector booster boxes, Wilds of Eldraine. And we see in the past year, boom, started at $500-$600, now selling close to $1,000. Prices have gone up in the past year. Things are spiking, and the question is why? And frankly, I think it all has to do with this. With Final Fantasy, what we're looking at on screen now is the collector booster box, which ironically, well, it's not going to show us a good chart, is it? Ironically, this price has not spiked over the past year. It's actually, well, about a year ago, I think it was like $600 a box because you could still pre-order these. But then it came out and it spiked all the way up to $1,400 and then came back down to kind of $1,100, and it's still at $1,100. But that's not the story here. The story I want to tell and the thesis I have for why prices have spiked out the wazoo is that Final Fantasy in Universes Beyond has brought in such a high plethora of players that want products. They look back in time and they look at the Dragonstorms and the Wilds of Eldraine and even, heaven forbid, the Theros Beyond Death, and they say, hey, that looks like it was fun. I want to get that now and experience it. This would explain a lot of things, my thesis, like why I think this is true. This year, we've experienced record pre-releases with, I'm not sure exactly what records were broken, but my understanding is Lorne Eclipsed, and then Strixhaven, especially Strixhaven, broke records for pre-release attendance, for sales. Strixhaven was a good set. People were hyped up. People were also kind of feeling the vibe because after TMNT, people were like, I don't really want to spend money on TMNT. So people were kind of, their money's burning a hole in their wallet and they're just ready to spend. I get that. But Secrets of Strixhaven to be like the all-time record sales, it's a great set, but what's going on here? And I think we have more players. Yes, it's a great set, but I think a big part of it, is that there's just more humans that are aware of and playing Magic the Gathering. I think that Universes Beyond is working tremendously well. Think about trading cards as an outlet to collect and enjoy a hobby. It's incredible. There's infinite money that you and I can spend on Magic the Gathering. The collectability is insane. You can set collect. You can chase down individual cards. You can obviously open packs to chase cards. You can grade. You can buy and try to collect graded sets of cards. The collectability is infinite. Now, imagine you're a Final Fantasy enjoyer and you love Final Fantasy, but you haven't really had, what were your options for collecting Final Fantasy? You grade the video games. You, I guess there's the Final Fantasy trading card game, so there's something, but ignoring card games, it's like, what do? You collect figurines, they go on your shelf fills up, then what? And maybe you can say the same thing about cards, but I don't understand all of the collectible and collectability avenues, but I suspect that people who loved and are diehard Final Fantasy fans, when a Magic set comes out with these extended art, full art, special treatment, featuring the characters of the set with the Roman numerals behind them, when those come out, if I was a Final Fantasy fan, I would be stoked out of my mind to try to collect all of those in PSA 10s and hang them on my wall, right? It's just this opportunity for enjoyment and collectability is incredible. And then, heaven forbid, you actually play the game and realize it's fun. Then suddenly your world is opened up to this whole universe of Magic IP and other Universes Beyond, and this opportunity to buy and collect and enjoy what Magic the Gathering is. I know these people. I've talked to these people at game stores. Some of them are my close friends, but there's a lot of people that have gotten into Magic the Gathering because of Universes Beyond, but are now avid Magic the Gathering fans and collectors, and these people are buying these products. I believe that this extra demand that has come from Universes Beyond has added consumption of these old collector booster boxes, of these coveted singles, of whatever it is, over the past year. This is all fairly recent. I believe Final Fantasy was the big one. And then, yes, there's people who got in because of Spider-Man and because of Avatar: The Last Airbender and because of TMNT. But this Universes Beyond machine is just getting started. We're seeing Wizards run out of products. When we take a look at the most recent Magic sets, pull up my screen here again. Secrets of Strixhaven, not available at distribution. TMNT is, Lore and Eclipse is not, Avatar: The Last Airbender is available, and Marvel Spider-Man is available. But that's it, because Edge of Eternities is not readily available at distribution. Yes, you can get a couple of boxes at a time, yes, but it's not like Marvel Spider-Man. It's like back in the day, a store could call up their distribution partner and just get boxes. And that is not true. That is not true for, like I said, Secrets of Strixhaven, for Lore and Eclipse, for Edge of Eternities, for Final Fantasy, for Tarkir Dragonstorm. All 5 of these recent sets, that is just not true. Things have sold out. There is demand for Magic like there's never been before. It is catching Wizards of the Coast off guard. They would love to have more booster boxes printed that they could sell to distribution, to sell to the masses. They don't have those. And that's a bummer for them. They are losing money because of it. And that money is going into this old stuff. People that want to enjoy Final Fantasy but are like, oh, the boxes aren't readily available, they're buying other things too. And things are selling out. Prices are going up, and it's a wild world. So, what do you think? Do you have other theses? There's a lot that needs to explain. You need to explain why are things selling out? Why are all these prices going up? Why is there such increased participation in Magic the Gathering in-person events as of the recent few months? And I really do think it's Universes Beyond. I think Universes Beyond has been a resounding success because Magic the Gathering is the greatest game in the world. And just being able to market to people through an intellectual property. I had a friend, I think I told this story, but a cousin of mine sent me a text of a picture of TMNT booster pack at Target and said, this looks like fun. Unironically, like, this looks like a good time. And Magic is fun. I'm not going to tell him like, oh, well, you see, if you were an entrenched Magic the Gathering player, you would be thinking that doesn't look fun because it's not actually Magic the Gathering. No, it's like, yeah, that it is fun. You should pick up a pack. Like, I want other people to share in my love for Magic the Gathering, and whether it's through Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or Lord of the Rings, either way, it gets somebody into the game I love and that I'm passionate about. So that's my thesis. That's my theory. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think I'm wrong, especially because I will be reading through the comments. I don't always reply, don't always heart or whatever, but I do read, I do look. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. We talk about all kinds of fun stuff here, having to do with Magic and finance and money and prices. So thanks for watching. We'll see you.